Hey there, e-commerce growth hackers. I'm Arlen with the e-commerce brothers growth hacking channel. Have you thought about updating your website? Is your website up to date with everything that it should be for today's standards? Well, if it's not, there's something that you must do. Otherwise, you will continually lose ranking in Google and continue to lose traffic and sales. So stay tuned for this next video where I'm going to go through a strategy that you can start implementing today so that you can keep your website up to date and continually grow traffic and sales with the times. So stay tuned. When thinking about ways to increase sales to your online store, there may be one specific way to do this that is actually right in the palm of your hand. And this is something that if you take advantage of, it will set the groundwork for increased sales and conversions to your website as time moves on. But if you ignore it and do not take advantage of this now, you could actually see a continual decline in transactions to your website. I'm Arlen Robinson from OSI Affiliate Software. In this video, I will reveal something that every e-commerce business owner must do if they want to continue to get online sales in the years to come. I'll show you how to implement this method step by step. So keep watching. In this video, you will learn how to increase the sales to your online store by improving the mobile friendliness of your site. So without any further ado, let's get started. So why is mobile friendliness so important these days? First of all, the majority of internet searches are done via mobile devices. Secondly, Google is now prioritizing their mobile index, which means the mobile indexing is exactly as it sounds. It just means that the mobile version of your website will become the starting point for what Google includes in their index and the baseline for how they determine rankings. 57% of users say they won't recommend a business that has a poorly designed mobile site. And Google also says that 61% of users are unlikely to return to a mobile site that they had trouble accessing. So now that you see why a mobile-friendly website is so important, let's look at some elements of a perfect mobile website. First off, the website's design should be responsive, meaning that it should automatically adapt to whatever device that it is being viewed from. So whatever mobile device, cell phone, or tablet, it needs to automatically adapt. The site should load fast, typically in less than 3 seconds. The site should be readable without having to actually zoom into the text. And it should be very easy to operate and navigate. So now let's take a look at some examples of some great mobile websites. The first example is Amazon.com. They've got a great mobile website, and as you see, very clean and clear, easy to see the text, the graphics, the buttons are large, and they have a search navigation bar and search at the top of the page. The next site is Etsy, which is a marketplace for buying unique one-of-a-kind items. As you see, very clean site, also with a search bar at the top, as well as a hamburger menu navigation structure that will expand out to access further options. And all of the graphics and text here are very clear and easy to read. And finally, JustFab.com, which is a membership site for custom women's fashion packages. Again, great mobile website. The call to actions on here are very clear, prominent get started buttons, prominent login button at the top, and the text is really easy to see, and the graphics have been optimized for mobile devices. So at this point, you're probably wondering, what are some ways in which you can improve the mobile friendliness of your site? Well, you're in luck because there are many ways to do this. And I recommend that you first do a mobile audit on your entire site. But here's some ways that you can do this. One of the ways is to go to testmysite.thinkwithgoogle.com. It's a great site that is run through Google and will give you a lot of a variety of suggestions for optimizing and auditing your site. A lot of these things could be technical, but if you do have a developer that can make fine-tuned changes to the code of your site, the recommendations that this site provides can be passed on to your developer. There's also another great site, which is ready.mobi. All you do is go to that site and enter your URL, and it'll show you how it looks, how your site looks on different types of phones and devices. Finally, another great site is BrowserStack. If you go to the BrowserStack/responsive page, you will be able to check the mobile friendliness of your site on a large library of devices, old and new. So you can just make sure that you're covering all your bases. Now that we've found a variety of resources to test your mobile friendliness of your site on, let's dive right into some ways to improve it. First off, after running an audit of your site, as we previously mentioned on the previous slide, you should then make sure your site is responsive and have it automatically adapt to any mobile device. This can be done by making sure that whatever template or design that you have is responsive. Now, these days, most of the e-commerce shopping cart companies, such as Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, and several others, typically have templates that are responsive. You also want to make sure be very careful with the types of pop-ups that you use. Now, I know many of you have opt-in forms on your site where you're getting your customers to opt into your mailing list and opt into various deals that you may have on your site. But you have to be careful because there are some pop-ups that perform much better on mobile devices. And you do not want to be a deterrent to someone moving forward and getting what they need to get on your site via mobile design and a mobile site. And you should also be sure to test your site consistently. You may be making changes over time to your website, but you may not realize what these changes could be doing to the mobile friendliness of your site. So this is very important. So some other improvement factors include the following. You also want to make sure that your font size and font type is large enough and easy to read on any mobile device. You should also streamline all the elements in your design, meaning that your layout, your graphics should all be cleanly designed and quickly and easily flow from one page to the next. Everything should be consistent and have a consistent look and feel so that it's a natural progression as you go from page to page on your mobile device. Thirdly, and this is a pretty big one, you should make sure that if you've got your phone number on the site, make sure that it's prominent at the top of the site or the page and that it's clickable so that when someone clicks on it, if they're on a mobile device or mobile cell phone, it'll automatically call that number. And if you have that phone number, make sure that it's site-wide. At any point in time, you want to make it easy for someone to reach a person on your end so that they can ask any questions that they have. You want to make sure that you also have large clickable buttons. In the examples that we looked at with Amazon, Etsy, and JustFab, those were great examples of sites that had large clickable buttons. They were large, the text was clear and bold, very easy to see without having to zoom in. If you've got easy to fill out, if you got any type of forms on your site, you need to make sure that they're easy to fill out, whether they're opt-in forms or your order checkout forms. The bottom line is you want to make sure that they are as easy as possible to fill out, and you want to remove any unnecessary fields. And then finally, you should opt for going with an overall clean design and layout. Now, we know you want to make sure that you include as much information and detail about your company and your products as possible in order to win that customer over. But at the same time, you don't want to have a site that's too cluttered, especially for mobile devices, because you have to realize that your real estate is limited on a mobile device. And if there's too much thrown at the user, they're going to get overwhelmed and then just bounce off your site and go to the next. So now that you see what it will take to improve the mobile friendliness of your site, you should get started improving it by following all these previously mentioned steps and ideas. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Just click on the subscribe button below. And if you don't already have a referral marketing solution, make sure you visit osiaffiliate.com and check out our software. We include a 15-day free trial with all of our plans. Now I'd like to turn it over to you. What improvement strategy will you try first? Will you try increasing the font size throughout your site so that it displays more clearly on mobile devices? Or will you be adding larger, more clickable buttons through your site? Let me know by leaving a comment right now. Thank you for taking time to learn about e-commerce SEO. If you received any value from this video, please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. You can also get access to free exclusive e-commerce marketing videos. Just click on the link in the description. And as a special bonus, you can even get access to our free ultimate e-commerce marketing guide. This guide will step you through setting up Facebook, AdWords, and YouTube for your e-commerce store. You can also get access to awesome marketing tips from 30 marketing experts like Brian Dean, Neil Patel, and Noah Kagan. Download this guide below, and I'll see you in the next video.